Chapter 3. Hello? Lizzie heard Meg say. Mrs. Goodman? Lizzie knew that it was a very good thing that Scout had a wonderful home waiting for her. Still, she couldn't help but feel a bit sad that she would have to say goodbye to this very sweet little dog so soon. But Lizzie couldn't stay sad for long. Just then Buddy ran past her, dragging a rope tug toy that was almost bigger than he was. Scout galloped behind him, trying to catch up with Buddy, and also biting the other end of the rope. Doing two things at once was a little too much for the little pup. Lizzie laughed as Scout tumbled over her own feet. Casey brought up the rear, looking into the mature, dignified dog that she was. That is until they grabbed the toy and swung it around, teasing the younger pups by stealing their prize. Charles, Lizzie, and their parents could not stop laughing as they watched the three dogs play. It was quite the sight. Scout was the smallest. She looked like a miniature baby Casey, only fluffier, with those flopped over ears. Buddy was bigger, up to Casey's shoulder. He had grown since the Pearsons adopted him, but he was still a roly-poly puppy who loved to chase his tail and sometimes, but not too often, made messes in the house. And Casey? She was such a beautiful dog. Lizzie loved her alert, sharp-nosed face, her huge, soft brown eyes, and her coat was always a shiny brown-black mixture. When Casey stood with her head held high, she looked noble and elegant, like a hero. But she would wag her feathery tail, give a doggy grin, and beg for a cookie like any regular dog. Right now, Casey was trotting along the fence with the rope toy in her mouth. Both puppies were tearing after her. "Look, she's playing keep away," Charles pointed and laughed. But she won't let them get the toy no matter how hard they try. Lizzie was laughing too, but then she saw Casey start to lurch and stumble. She remained her balance once it started to walk again. She was limping a little. "Oh no!" Lizzie ran over to Casey. "Are you okay?" She put her arms around the dog. "She's fine," Meg said, snapping her cell phone shut and coming over to join Lizzie. She felt Casey's front leg. "You're okay, sweetie, right?" She turned to Lizzie. "She just has an old shoulder injury that acts up sometimes. It's no big deal." "So are you taking Scout to the Goodmans?" Lizzie bit her lip. "Well," Meg said, "actually, I'm not. It just turns out they can't keep her. Mrs. Goodman just fell and broke her leg, and she's going to have to be on crutches for a while. It's not a good time for them to have a crazy little puppy," she sighed. "Oh. Well, guess I'll call the Tanakas. They were the second one on my list." She opened up her phone again, and Lizzie turned to watch the dogs. "Check out Buddy," said Charles. "He really likes Scout. See how he's chewing on her ear?" "And I think Buddy likes being a big brother," Lizzie agreed. "Look at Casey. She loves Scout. They can almost be mother and daughter." Lizzie looked up at her mom. "They're not scary at all, right?" "Willow." "Not a bit," said Mom. "Anyways, Meg tells me that German Shepherds are rarely mean dogs unless somebody trains them to be nasty." "That's right," Meg said, snapping her phone shut again. "Most German Shepherds are total pussycats." "So," Lizzie asked, "are the Tanakas excited about their new puppy?" Meg rolled her eyes. "As a matter of fact, they are. Their new puppy is not named Scout. It's not a German Shepherd. They got tired of waiting, so they adopted a mixed breed puppy from the shelter. His name's Scamp, and they brought him home yesterday." "Oh dear," said Mrs. Peterson. "That's good, though," Lizzie said. "The dogs at the shelter need homes, too." She knew that because she volunteered 1 day a week at the local animal shelter, Caring Paws. You're absolutely right, Meg said. Well, let's just hope that the third family on my list is ready for a pup. She dialed another number and stood listening as the phone rang and rang. Nobody's home, she said, but there's a message for an answering machine. She held up a finger and listened. She then hung up sighing. They're away on vacation for a whole month. Meg shook her head. I don't believe this. For a moment they just stood and watched all the dogs play in the woods. I wish I could take Scout myself, Meg said. She's such a little cutie. And smart too. I bet you can train that dog to do anything. So why don't you adopt her? Lizzie thought. Meg thought she would be the perfect person for Scout. I'd love to, but I can't, Meg shook her head sadly. Casey and I will have to travel all over the place at moment's notice. That's what we do when we're a search and rescue team. There's no way I can be responsible for a puppy. So what are you going to do with Scout? Charles asked. Lizzie noticed that he had a certain gleam in his eye. That meant she was thinking the same thing she was. Avoiding her mom's eyes, she asked Meg, won't Scout need a foster home? She will, Meg said. I'll have to find her a permanent home with somebody who can train her for search and rescue. But that will take some time. And meanwhile, she'll need a loving temporary home. Lizzie and Charles turned to Mom at the same time. Mom, Lizzie asked. She knew that she was the one that needed convincing. Dad loved dogs. The more the merrier. Please. This time Charles and Lizzie spoke at the same time. Mom was looking at the dogs. Casey had curled up for a nap and both the puppies were sacked out behind her. Scout was hugging to the turf of Casey's belly, and Buddy had his chin resting on Scout's leg. All three dogs looked so peaceful and happy. Well, Mom said, it does seem Buddy enjoys having a friend. Maybe Scout can help him burn off some energy. Yes! Charles threw a fist into the air. All right! Yelled Lizzie. Yay! The bean yelled with delight. He probably didn't even know what was making Charles and Lizzie so happy, but he knew it was time to celebrate. Lizzie turned to Meg. We'll help you find Scout a forever home, she promised. Hold on there, Mom said with her hands on her hips. I haven't even said yes yet. But Charles, Lizzie, and the bean didn't even hear her. They had ran down the yard to tell Scout the good news. She was going to be their foster puppy.